Welcome back, everyone, to 3 Acorn Bourbon. Got another bite-sized bourbon review for you guys today. We had to do it eventually. It's Blanton's. Blanton's is a single-barrel bourbon produced by Buffalo Trace Distillery. It undergoes a unique aging process out in Warehouse H, known for its metal-clad walls that allow for rapid temperature changes. So being in a metal-clad warehouse leads to these rapid temperature changes, and those rapid... Baby had a blowout, but it's okay. She's cleaned up and I washed my hands. Now, Blanton's is aged in Warehouse H on the Buffalo Trace Distillery. Warehouse H is metal clad, which can lead to these rapid temperature fluctuations. Whenever it's hot, that metal conducts that heat really well, and whenever it's cold, that metal can move the heat in and out of the warehouse. So that can lead to these rapid temperature fluctuations that causes the barrel to expand and contract, and as that barrel expands and contracts, the spirit aging inside of it goes in and out of the wood of the barrel. So that can cause the spirit to get these additional compounds out of the barrel that can lead to complexity and sort of a richness of flavor. So I don't know how much stock I put into that. I think that it's true that metal is a really good conductor of heat, but if it made such a big difference in the whiskey, I think more competitors would do it. So Buffalo Trace has a couple of mash bills. Mash Bill 2 is used for several different bourbons, including Blanton's. The specific details of the mash bill are proprietary and not publicly disclosed by Buffalo Trace. However, it is known that Mash Bill 2 typically includes a larger percentage of rye in the grain mix compared to other bourbon mash bills. This higher rye content can contribute to a spicier and more robust flavor profile in the finished whiskey. Each bottle of Blanton's features a collectible stopper with one of 8 different racehorse poses, and when arranged in order they spell Blanton's. Now, before you ask, yes, the first N and second N are different. The people responsible for PR and marketing of Blanton's swear that each letter is equally available, and the bourbon is named after Colonel Albert B. Blanton, a former president of the distillery. Now, there are multiple different kinds of Blanton's. The one most people are going to be familiar with is the classic Blanton's single barrel. However, there are 2 Blanton's that are typically more sought after than the standard single barrel. There's Blanton's Gold, which MSRPs for $110 and is bottled at 103 proof. And then there's my favorite, straight from the barrel. And that MSRP is $150, and the proof changes based on the barrel. If we're going to talk about Blanton's in bourbon culture, we have to address the concept of taters. In bourbon culture, the term tater is often used to describe someone who is perceived as fanatical or obsessed about collecting limited edition and rare bourbons, and less about enjoying the whiskey itself. Now, taters are known for their determination to seek these limited edition bottles. They use all kinds of aggressive tactics to secure bottles, and they're known to pay exorbitant prices on the secondary market. A large reason Blanton's is such a big part of tater culture is because of its iconic cameo in John Wick. His bourbon of choice is a Blanton's. The term tater is pejorative and often used to describe someone who really only cares about collecting rather than appreciating the whiskey itself. So the reason we're talking about taters with regards to Blanton's is that taters are known to go after Blanton's. They seek these bottles out, they pay exorbitant prices for them, they camp out for them, they hoard these bottles. Now that often gives Blanton's a bad rap, and some people who really appreciate whiskey tend to look down on Blanton's solely because taters like it so much. Let's get into the tasting notes. God, that's a nice color. So on the nose, it's citrus. You get like vanilla, honey, a little bit of caramel, and then some rye spice, cinnamon sugar. It's nice, it's really well balanced. It's spicy and sweet. Now for the palate, you get orange citrus, you get toffee, a little bit of dark fruit. You get like raisin. There's a really nice mouthfeel. I mean, the flavor's kind of like butterscotch. You also get some maple syrup. Now it's on the sweet side. On the spicy side, I mean, it's definitely bumped up rye compared to like a Buffalo Trace or an Eagle Rare. It's cinnamon, it's baking spice, a little bit of nutmeg, and then you get a little bit of oak. It's a damn fine bourbon. And then the finish is long, it's warming. I'm getting like vanilla, caramel, still a little bit of pepper and rye spice. Yeah, it's extremely satisfying, and I want another sip, so I'm gonna have one.